know you want to take your business online and you don't know how to. So today, we are going to teach you digital marketing. Our guest today is the one and only Ladi of Ladi Speaks. Hello, Ladi.
Hi, Tommy. Good to meet you today.
How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I'm in awesome spirit. How about you?
How's the journey down here? I'm fine today.
It was pleasant.
That's
Pleasurably pleasant.
That is good to know. It's good to have you on the show, Daddy.
Same here. Thank you for having me.
Yes. And also, I have my co-host here, Olabisi. Olabisi, you look good.
Thank you. We're doing I was not in the set. I wanted to allow you to mix and mingle.
Pardon my manners. Apologies. Apologies. Yeah.
So, Ladi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. Right. I want to just jump in because there's so much about Ladi Speaks. I mean, I know. So, how did you start digital marketing? Was it a passion or was it a money oriented or push thing? What was the push behind Ladi Speaks?
I think that's quite interesting because I started out digital marketing while I was a student at the university.
Okay.
At this time, it was just a very new or novel function in Nigeria.
Yeah.
At the time, and I like writing.
Okay.
I love creative writing. It's something that is just a gift to me.
Yeah.
And it comes very naturally. So back then, I used to write in the faculty, but I do a lot of political writing mostly.
Yeah.
And interestingly, I used to run a Facebook page then. It was discuss relationships. So I was writing on relationship.
Relationship expert.
Exactly. So I was like a love doctor. So back then, I used to do a lot of writing, fictional writings and whatnot. So I met someone who was brand manager at a popular brand back then. She came into school for an activation. We spoke, and we had a 5-10 minute conversation. And my takeoff from that conversation was that this is something that I want to do for the rest of my life. So, and it was exciting. I was shocked when we're talking. We had a lot of similarities in terms of who we are, some of the skills that we have naturally. Yeah. And it was for me, it was fascinating. I never knew that brand management, marketing was something people could build career in. So after that conversation, I decided I want to pursue a career in this. So I think at the time I got lucky. I started working with an agency.
I wouldn't call it luck, but okay.
So I think it was luck because I wasn't the only skilled guy in Unilag back then. So there would have been other people who were also skilled, if not equally or even better. Just Providence had this meeting, started working with an agency, and that was pretty much the beginning of my career in digital.
So what I'm hearing from this entire conversation is you're one of those people that had their lives planned out. Unlike some of us that had to play for years before we finally said, okay, let's be serious with our lives.
I wouldn't say planned out because I wanted to study medicine and surgery.
Oh.
Yeah, I was supposed to be a medical doctor.
Would have been a doctor by now, Dr. Ladi.
I would have been a very frustrated one.
Oh.
I'm not sure I would have enjoyed medicine.
I agree.
Not sure I would have. And it was exciting. It wasn't. Would I say it was deliberate at the time? I wouldn't say it was exactly deliberate at the time. It was just something that I found exciting. Okay. And for me, I'm the kind of person that if I find something exciting, I try to pursue it.
Yeah.
So I found it exciting and I pursued it. So it wasn't exactly something like I planned to go into it. It was strategic. It was something I found myself in. I loved it. It was something I aligned with some of my personal interests, personal natural skill sets. And interestingly then, while I was in Unilag, there was this student club I belonged to, Student in Free Enterprise, SIFE.
Okay.
I think he's now called Enactus. So back then, we used to host this annual conference called Youth Entrepreneurial Summit, YES Summit. So I was responsible for the publicity to that event.
Oh.
So and that was one of the key things that I discovered. Oh, this is something that I like. So the one thing that was fascinating for me was that I liked how you can tell people to do something and they do it.
And then you see the results.
You see the results. Now,
Yeah.
the idea that I could say, let's put this text on this poster, let's put it in these certain locations on this banner, and people would respond positively to those texts,
Yeah.
to those publicity materials. It seemed exciting for me. It seemed very fascinating. Like, oh, so I could ask people to come to this event and they will show up. And for me, it just seemed like I was a magician.
Okay, that makes sense. So what I'm hearing is your entire student life was walked around, okay, this is building me into the career path I want to take. And you also were able to validate that because you had places where you could use that skill and then they would you'd see results.
Yeah, I think to a large degree. I mean, as a student, I did so many things. I was super involved in student politics. I joined the Naval Cadet at some point. I mean, I was super involved in the student fellowship. I mean, I was super involved. Like I was an ESCO in the student fellowship, so I was super active.
Some of us just went through school.
No. I enjoyed school. I enjoyed my studentship. I mean, I think that I think someone asked me a question on Sunday in church that what was the story that defines me, and when she asked me that question, it was sudden and I had to think about it for a good period. And then I realized that the person that I am today, bulk of it was shaped by my experiences at the University of Lagos.
Interesting.
And so, nice. I mean, I would say that majority of the things like you mentioned or like you alluded to, my digital marketing career or my marketing career today, or my career generally today was shaped, forged from some of the experiences that I had as a student. Some of the, I mentioned earlier that I was managing a Facebook page.
Yeah.
I had Facebook groups that I was also managing at the time. I was, quote unquote, like the community manager. I set up even a group for the faculty back then. I was managing it. So I was involved in quite a number of things that, interestingly, I didn't know these things were building me into something I would do outside school. Interestingly, I was even planning to become an EIA consultant. After I left school, my goal was to become an EIA consultant. I had met an expert trade who worked at Chevron. Yeah. So I wanted to join Chevron. That was my goal. But for some reason, it just didn't work out.
Life had other plans, basically.
It just didn't work out.
So I know you've helped a lot of small businesses, right? And I understand that the biggest pain points, especially in this age for small businesses, is how do I get customers without having to leave the comfort? I don't want to go on the streets to be hawking my product, right? How do I get customers where they are to purchase my product where I am, right? And that's basically what you do for the most part. What would you say is the defining part? How does a business know, okay, let me go online? And then how do they decide, oh, where will I be online? Where are my customers? And how do I meet them? That's basically the first step when it comes to digital marketing. How would you advise a business to go through that step?
I think the very first thing any business owner needs to know is like the opportunities there, especially in Nigeria. Yeah. I think as at the last time I checked, there are about 103 million Nigerians online. And for me, if we have a population of about 220, about 200, and 103 have access to the internet, this is a massive opportunity. Yeah. And you go to a Facebook, for example. I think Facebook is like the largest social media platform in Nigeria or network in Nigeria. Yeah. You have over about 53 million Nigerians using Facebook. You see that the potential is there. Before now, the way businesses, you start a business, like you alluded to, you need to hawk your product or your service physically, take it to every person's door, perhaps send a postcard or send a physical newsletter, or create a big billboard advertising, or create a brochure or create a flyer, things like that. But now you see that the average Nigerian, like more than half of our population, about 53% of our population, have access to the internet. So it means that we can socialize via the internet, we can learn via the internet, we can teach other people via the internet, we can get entertained via the internet. I mean, I was a child and then I hear stories where at night, I used to hear stories that at night back then, in remote places in Nigeria, or even people say those stories where they gather under the moonlight.
Moonlight tales by moonlight.
Tales by moonlight. So they gather under the moon, under the tree, and then to hear stories from
Gen Zs
older
won't
people.
understand this one.
We do.
You do? Are you
Yes,
sure?
yes.
Okay, good. Because some of us, we lived and grew up by that.
Yeah.
You get that sort of thing, yeah? And so that experience, that communal experience is still existing today.
Yeah.
But it happens
Digitally. That makes sense.
Now, you hear people say, these days I see a TikTok and someone says, story time, how my weekend went.
Yeah.
And then they're telling a story. It's still the same story attitude. You are still telling a story of something that happened.
Yeah.
Whether it's a fable or whether it's real, whether it's a fad, whether it's a fact, you're still telling a story.
Yeah.
So it means that these days the opportunity is there. The way we live before, digital has changed that way. Right now, every business owner needs to think digital first.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
way I would take the awareness of my products, of my service, has to be digital first, especially in a country like Nigeria. And the most important advantage when it comes to thinking digital first is that it's cheap. Before now, to paste a billboard or to have a flight a billboard somewhere in a good location, you perhaps will spend like 3 million naira a month.
Yes.
And for small business owners, many of them,
That's not money that we're going to be paying.
the operating costs does not even get up to that in a month. So imagine starting out a business and you're expected to spend 3 million naira on a billboard somewhere in a nice location.
Imagine.
That's a lot. But with as little as 50,000, 100,000, even 10,000 naira, even 5,000 naira,
You can go online.
you can go online, put word out there about your business. And for me, this is the first thing business owners need to know. The opportunity is there for the taking.
Yeah.
For any business owner that wants to take it. The opportunities, the Nigerians are online. These days, you hardly will you find a Nigerian who wakes up. Or what's the first thing you did when you woke up this morning?
I prayed and then I picked up my phone.
Exactly. How about you?
Same.
So that's like
That's
this
the
is,
regular behavior
Yeah,
of
this is
even
now
humans
our
generally.
lifestyle.
We pray and then we pick up our phone to check
Now,
what's going on.
For some people who are irreligious, they will not pray.
Yeah.
But the first
so
thing they
just
do is
pick
they
their phone
pick up their phone, check their emails, check their socials, check WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So they check their internet messaging, they check public messaging, social networks. They check what's happening on X, what's happening on
Instagram.
Instagram,
what's happening
yeah.
on TikTok, what's happening on Instagram. They check all these places. Some
For
people
like
even go
30
ahead.
minutes straight before we get out of
Some
bed.
people even 1 hour. They just binge. Like, what's going on? I just want to catch up with my messages. What have people said to me?
Yeah.
This is the lifestyle that we live right now. And so as a business owner, you need to understand the lifestyle. And I mean, part of the core things that we do in marketing is understanding consumer psychology.
Yeah.
So every business owner also needs to invest their energy, invest their time in understanding who their potential audience is.
Okay, so still on that matter or the topic. So as a business owner, how do you choose the right platform? Because we have series of platforms and you don't want to, like you said, you can market yourself with 5,000, for example, a small business owner with 5,000 naira. How do you choose the right platform to market yourself?
So in choosing the right platform, I always advise that you need to put into context, one, who your audience is, who are the people I want to sell to. Now, if you want to sell to male adults, for example, you need to ask yourself, what platforms do male adults use? Now, if I want to sell to female teenagers, for example, or female early adults,
I'm probably going to TikTok.
you're probably going to find out, okay, what platforms do they use? Where are they concentrated?
Yeah.
If you want to sell to older people, the Gen X, the baby boomers, what platforms are they using? So you need to find out, who am I selling to? That's like the first question. I see a lot of business owners. I consult for business owners all the time, and I ask them, who are you selling to? The first thing they say to me is everybody. That's like the most ridiculous thing I hear people say to me. I'm selling, this product is for everybody. Your product can never be for everybody.
True.
So you need to find out, who am I selling to? Now, once you identify who I'm selling to, you now need to even understand your own product. Now, there are products that they are show, not tell. There are products that need you to tell, that need you to explain, that need you to educate. So if you are using a product, if you have a product that is a visual product, you should not choose platforms that are text-led. You should consider platforms that are video-led or picture-led. These days, even most platforms are video-led.
Yes.
So you need to even understand your product. You understand your audience, you understand your product, and then you decide for yourself in terms of prioritization. One other mistake that business owners do, they want to start on all platforms. You see one business owner that's starting out last month, they're telling you, oh, hi, Ladi, I want to start my email marketing. I want to start my search engine marketing. I want to start my social media marketing. How can I start this?
On all of them?
Yes,
and everything.
You are going to overwhelm yourself. You're a small business. You don't have bandwidth for so many things. So you need to prioritize, where do I start from? And it also boils down to, people think, oh, it's just social media, that's where I can market. Earlier on, when I was saying, yeah, over 103 or 105 internet users in Nigeria. So we don't just use social media for internet. There's email. There's search engine. People are searching for things. Just last week, I wanted to fix my refrigerator. It wasn't cooling as it was before. And I just needed to go online and searched for refrigerator repairers near me. And it brought out tons of search results. And I started calling them one after the other. And I got the guy who came to fix it.
Interesting.
And guess what? If people aren't, when the guy came, I'm a very inquisitive fellow. So when the guy came, I asked him, like, how many people have reached out to you randomly that you don't know? And he said tons of people have reached out to him from Google.
Interesting.
Tons of people have reached out to him from Google.
So I have a question. So I'd like to ask, what was this guy's age in terms of, did you get a sense of how educated he was? Because I would not really expect a refrigerator to do like a Google My Business. And I'm probably sure that was what he did. So was it that, someone advised them to do it, or does it look like someone that would have just done it on his own?
So he did it on his own. Interesting. Yeah, he did it on his own. And he's fairly young. I mean, he would be in my age range.
Wow.
It would be in my age range. I believe so.
So it means people are catching on to the values of these things. That's impressive.
Absolutely. I mean, at some point, big shout out to Google. At some point, I know I used to be on that program. I used to train on that program. I know Google were training thousands of people on how to use Google My Business, training young people on how to get on digital, come into digital. Like they trained over 10 million people. So big shout out to them. Like they had invested so much in that education. So I'm not surprised. Every now and then when I search for any product or any service, I am always finding people.
Nice. That's beautiful. Even at the local level. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So we've gone over how to find your audience, who are you selling to. Now, there are businesses who have put a lot of content. And I mean, I know content is great. And you should always put content, especially if you want to make sales. And we have business owners who have always done that. But then, because they're small, so a lot of these platforms kind of would make it difficult for you to be visible, because especially when you're starting out. How do you now start the process of, okay, I'm going to run an ad because I want more people to see me? How do you do like all this audience targeting and things like that? Where does that come into play? When should it come into play? And then how do you push that as a small business owner?
So big shout out to the social media, big shout out to the big tech, big shout out to the social media platforms that are making communication and accessibility easy for us. I can text my friend who is in the UK on X easily, on Instagram easily. I can share content with him easily. While having given them big shout out, I mean, business owners need to know that these guys are also businesses.
Yes.
They are not running for your amusement, for your profit.
You're trying to make a killing.
trying to make
a
money.
killing as well, and they are spending so much money on their business. And having said that, so business owners need to know that the algorithm is not their friend. The algorithm will never be their friend. The algorithm will be the platform owner's friend.
Yeah.
So the algorithm doesn't, if I make a post today and everybody can see my post as a business owner, I would not pay the platform to
run an
my
ad.
post.
Yeah, true.
So it means that, I mean, big shout out to everybody, but organic is dead.
True.
The era of organic is dead.
True.
We have come into the era where you need to be intentional, you need to be strategic, you need to be deliberate in the content that you put out. And that's why a lot of people say, oh, people have told me I talked to this consultant, he said I should post content. I've been posting content for the past 6 months. Nothing. I've seen those people. But when I ask them what kind of content are they posting, they start to struggle a bit because there's no deliberateness or deliberacy.
Yeah.
There's no intentionality on the kind of content that they post. There's no strategy behind it. They're just trying to check
just
out
pushing anything. Whatever is trending, I'm just going to push.
Jump on. Oh, there's a new song that is going viral.
I'm going to jump on it.
Just try to do. Oh,
I'm going to carry my product while I'm jumping on it.
Yeah, they just keep doing everything. And so they are running in different directions at the same time.
Yeah.
So, but whenever you see strategic intentionality behind content, the results will always show. Having said that, one, whatever content you're putting, whether you even want to promote it, you want to advertise it, you want to increase its reach, or whatever, it has to be intentional. Your content is very, very important. Now, people talk a lot about targeting when it comes to social media advertising. Yes, targeting is great. But even if you target to the right person, Olabisi, for example, if you need a product, you need a shoe, you have been thinking about buying a shoe. Now, if you see a video or a picture of a shoe and the shoe is not, the picture wasn't well taken, the video doesn't connect with you, or the video doesn't show the shoe in an emotional way that connects with you or that speaks to you, even though you need a shoe,
you probably would not buy it.
You would not buy it.
True.
So, and that's why content, business owners need to invest in the kind of content. You need to be aware. Yeah. Okay, whatever I'm creating, I will not be there when anybody else will see it.
Yeah.
So if I will not be there when someone will see it, my potential customer would see it. I will not be there to show them, oh, this is not like that. Oh, it's not blue. The blue is not very blue. The blue is like this. In real life, this is how it looks. Oh, you know what?
As if you brought the products to the person's house and I said, okay, let's try this one. If this one doesn't work,
exactly.
The explanation will not be like,
I mean, according to one big philosopher, one famous philosopher, he says that, it's not about show workings. Like it's not about when you're trying to explain. There's no evidence,
Yeah.
So you just need to show these customers that this product or this service, they need it.
Yeah, evidence day.
They can evidence day.
People have used it like you.
That sort of thing. So, and they can connect with it.
Okay.
So that emotional connection is what a lot of people need to build.
Yeah.
As much as they also need to target right. They need to build an emotional connection in their content with their eventual customer.
Okay, that makes sense. So, in essence, we've said create content, create valuable content. I would want to go deep into that, but first, you've created this content and it's great, right? Now you want to sell it. You know who you want to sell it to. But a very clear instance is when you're trying to target on Instagram, the audience segmenting can be pretty tedious for a first-time business owner or a new business owner, right? Let's say you're trying to sell to high net worth individuals who would purchase the product because it's a luxury product at this. How do you now start segmenting? How do you start deciding, okay, who am I going to target if I want this to push this in my audience and things like that? What's the process behind that?
So the process behind that still boils down to the product. I mean, if you want to sell a product, if you want to sell an i-ticket product, say you want to sell a product that is 10K USD. I was speaking to someone yesterday who is selling his product is a course that's $1,000 per person.
Wow.
And that is what he is selling. Now, for someone like that who is selling $1,000 per course, per person, per enrollment as a product, the way we will sell to is entirely different.
Yes.
It's clearly cut out.
Yes.
He knows for a fact, except he wants to deceive himself, which he was, like, oh.
He was.
Like, I think everybody can afford these.
No, that's 1.7. No, not everybody can afford
So I
this.
went and I told him that, you know what, I mean, I can give you $1,000 for this course right now because I have it. But I can assure you that I can ask you, how many Nigerians can give you 1K USD right out of just randomly?
Just because I saw it and I think, no.
The population is less. So it means that what that means is that, for starters, the price point of your product is critical to know how many people can afford it. Now, while we have 103 million Nigerians on the internet, we don't have that much population with disposable income.
Yes.
Now, in terms of products, there are products that are essentials that people live by every day. You want to eat, you want to you want to eat, you want to live somewhere,
Yeah.
you want to buy clothes.
Yeah.
Those are essentials.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not walk anywhere naked. I have to wear something.
True.
I wouldn't want to eat, even if I'm doing 001
At least
or
I'm
010
eating.
You
or
still have to
100.
eat.
I have to still eat.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so what that means is that those are essentials. Now, if you're not selling essentials, you need to also know, okay, at what point, what's my price point? One.
Yeah.
What's the use for my product? Is it something that people buy weekly? Do they buy it daily? Do they buy it monthly? Once in a month? Do they buy it
Yearly.
per annum, yearly? Those kind of things. You need to know what is the frequency of purchase
Yeah.
that the average person will buy.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that Nigerians also miss out a lot, especially business owners, is if person A buys from me, if Olabisi, for example, buys from me now, when next is she going to buy for again from me? That cycle. And that's why big businesses, they have something they call like customer lifetime value.
Yes.
Where, if we get this customer right now, he will buy from us for the next 5 years.
Yes.
You will get this customer right now, he will buy from us for the next 3 months. If you get this customer right now, at least he will shop from us for the next 7 months. So that business knows that I don't mind spending
This a month
X amount to
for
get
long
you,
term.
because
Why?
I know that by the time you're buying from us, you will shop from us for the next 7 years, for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
So these are things that every business owner needs to factor in,
Okay.
so that it can help you decide, who am I selling to? Because it would help you decide, where are they based? What's their location? For example, I mean, you want to sell a $1,000 course to students. You even ask yourself, is it students that can afford this?
Yeah,
The
because
students that can
I mean,
afford it, what schools would they be
they
going to?
attend, and honestly, students in Nigeria, $1,000.
A big question mark. so,
I mean, I can afford food. I have to. I have to wear clothes. Do I have to pay $1,000 for a course? I mean, I'll just go to YouTube and do the small learning, and then that's small.
Exactly. So, like, you need to ask yourself those questions. Like, where are these people at? Well, how old would they be?
Yeah.
Because those are the kind of things that can also determine. I mean,
How much can
students
they
can
afford?
afford it, but it will not be the students paying for it.
It's the
It will
parents.
likely be their
Yeah.
parents in major proportions.
Yeah.
It will likely be their parents funding that cost.
Yeah.
But in that case, another secondary question is that, if students, for example, can afford that product, who would influence their purchase decision? Is it a case of their parents? If a mother sees that course right now and says, this course will be valuable for my child, they will call their child and say, I saw this course. Do you want to do it? I know you people are talking about tech now. Do you want to do this course? I saw
But
it.
in most cases, for $1,000, it's probably not the parents. It will probably be someone in their circle, maybe a teacher or something that would now say, okay.
Influence that course.
Yeah.
So those things, who influences the purchase decision, is also something that business owners need to factor in, need to consider. Because at the end of the day, we think, if you think about the last 3 purchases you've made, for example, if you microanalyze it, you would realize that you have there was a need.
Yeah.
There was a need for that product. You would realize that there was someone who or something that influenced
me
you
purchasing that product.
Okay. There was also some form of connection between you and that product, whether functionally or emotionally.
Yeah.
Whether it wants to make you feel good, it wants to make you feel better, it wants to make you feel good about yourself, it wants to make you feel better about yourself, it wants to make you look good, or it wants to make you do something. There's some form of connection between you and that product. So those are things that you need to factor in when it comes to deciding who your target audience is at the end of the day.
So I'll do like a mini breakdown, right? So for instance, I recently purchased a course online. I had a few weeks ago complained about something to my mentor. I think about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I complained about something to my mentor. And I was like, I really don't know how to get past this. I'm having serious difficulties in this area. And then he said, okay, he gave me general advice. I mean, mentors do that. And then a few days later, he sent me a link and says, this course would help you in this area. And I'm like, okay. And then I went to check the price. It was ridiculous. And I'm like, how am I supposed to? And he said, you know what we'll do? We're going to do it like this. I'll pay half, you pay half. Immediately I heard I'll pay half, you pay half. I went to go and purchase the course. So 3 things had happened. I had the need. I didn't even know the course was going to help me. But then I had someone in my circle that was going to influence that purchase decision. And then because, it was a really expensive course. It was a really expensive course on people management and leader and things like that. And I knew it was the need, but I was like, do I really want to cough up this money can't I just go to YouTube and follow some motivational speakers? But then because someone had already decided to invest in it for me,
You made
it easy. I just said, okay, fine. I'll just pay it. So in summary, what we're saying is, one, it's not just about your audience. It's about the people who influence your audience. Their parents, the people around them, their friends, their mentors, their teachers, things like
pastors
that. Even pastors. Even pastors in some cases.
Religious leaders.
Like religious leaders. So all these things are a factor. So if you're advertising beyond the actual user. You're advertising to the people in the user circle. I know there was this story where they said 1 in 6 in 10 people make purchases because someone has referred that product to them.
Absolutely. What about?
Exactly. So and then another 5 or 6 out of 10 would first do a review, maybe on Google, of the product before they actually purchase, which are 2 very important parts when you're coming. So you have to take those things into consideration. Okay, that makes sense.
So after figuring out your audience, so how do you set a budget that works? Because some small business owners are actually very out of excitement. They've gathered the money, they've saved the money, they've heard that had to run an effective ad is very expensive. Bring 200,000, like see I have 200K I've saved. So how do they set a budget that actually works for them?
So budgeting is like is a topic that I talk about all the time, yeah. And for me, I say is simple. Test the waters, experiment, then scale. So I mean, in startup we say, oh, you pilot and then you scale.
Yeah.
You need to experiment first. What is working, what is not working. Now, even in terms of content, put small monies behind it. Have different kinds of content, have different kind of audiences, put small money behind it. I mean, in the professional sense, we say this thing is called A/B testing. You test 2 things. Which one is working better? Why is it working better now? A lot of times, I've seen incidents where people say to me, oh, you say I should do this A/B testing. Oh, this is your A/B testing. I've done it too. This one that started well. But now, when I put more money, it's no longer working again. And then I ask, oh, what made this work in the very first place? They say, I don't know, but it was working. So and that's the thing with experimenting. We don't ask, why is it working? You need to know why it is working. It's not just enough that you put 2 ads out, you put 10K, for example, behind it, or 100K behind it, or 1 million behind it, and one is performing better than the other. And then you don't ask yourself, why is that performing better than the other? Is it the content?
Yeah.
Is it the audience? Is it whatever it is? Is it that people are even commenting testimonials in the comments section? You need to understand why. Because once you understand why, you can now, it is easy to scale. I've seen cases where a content was performing better. I had about 5 different ad sets, 5 different videos going up. And one was performing best while 5 was ongoing. Now, what I realized that when I now discontinued the entire 4 and left only 1, it wasn't performing as best as well as it was. Now, what I discovered was that one that was performing well, the people that were viewing it, they were also seeing the other ones that were in action.
Consideration.
Yes. So the frequency was helping that one do better. So when I now thought to myself, you know what? I like to experiment a lot here. I'm super good with experiment. Like, it's my natural domain. I like to observe things, test it out. So I now made those other four videos come back to life. And I discovered that video started performing better. Now, when customers came from the video, and after purchase experience, I tried to reach out, ask, oh, how did you find out the problem? So, I saw the ad before. I saw another one, and I now saw this one too. I'm now thinking, when I saw it, it was not. It communicated a different kind of thing. So this
it was
ads
great for retargeting.
Exactly. So these ads communicated different things to the different audiences. So at each time when they were seeing the videos, seeing each different video, they were getting different messages, and it was reinforcing the key message in those videos. So it made it easy. It made it easy to convert them. So that video that I was thinking was converting, it was not converting in isolation. It was with the help of other videos that one was converting best. So sometimes it is not just enough to do A/B test and say, "Oh, this is what I want to spend." You also need to know why when you are A/B testing. But pretty much, put small budgets behind your content. See which one works better, and then scale up from there. Pretty much.
Okay, so after discovering the why, let's talk about tracking performances. An average small business owner might not really understand, permit me to say Meta is a little bit more detailed, right? When it comes to the tracking performance and all. But an average small business owner might not be able to interpret this data properly.
Yeah.
To
With a lot of
say,
depth.
hey, okay, this is what I need. So how does this solve the problem?
So yeah.
Sorry, for example, Twitter. Twitter is even funny because if you are not socially inclined, you may not be able to interpret that data to say, oh, this is where this is going, this is where this is coming. You're a small business owner, so how are you supposed to figure that out?
Yeah, this you've asked is not in isolation. A lot of people struggle with this. I can assure you about that. Now, I say to business owners, 3 numbers are important to you when it comes to digital marketing. 1, how much sales am I making? Now, 2, how many people are seeing my content? 3, how many people are engaging with it? Every other thing
It's secondary.
is secondary, might not be primarily important to you.
Yeah.
So for starters, how many people have bought the product? Now, before people will buy the product, they need to see it. So on platforms, some platforms call it impressions, some platforms call it reach. So you can deal with it whichever platform you find yourself. Just look for the impression, look for the reach. Now, on the technical place, the reach is unique. How many people saw it? Now, the impressions would be how many times they saw it. These people saw it. Now, on a technical place. But for you want to ask yourself, this post, how many people saw it? Which is the reach? How many people saw it? Now, the impressions, which is how many times it was seen. Now, it might be used differently in some platforms. It might be one of them that will be used. It's important to you. Now, don't say to yourself, okay, now, people have seen this. How many people engaged with it? Now, I say it very keenly that engagement is interest. It is difficult to engage a content on social media that you're not interested in.
Yeah.
So, except you're a troll.
Well, we have those. That's true. We have
Except you're a
those.
troll. Now, there are people who I've seen cases where people you're selling a product and people will come and comment, is this not too expensive is this price not too expensive?
And then the ones that will go further and say these people have it at a lower price, but then deep down they're selling themselves.
Yeah. Now, interestingly, I saw one content recently, on a lighter note, and then the person was selling real estate. The person now posted a house on TikTok. Now, TikTok comments is like the funniest place to be. So the guy now said, "You will not see tomorrow." like
Why?
from where to where?
Why? If you don't want to buy, don't buy.
I think the house was like 200 million or so.
Okay. I mean, I get where it came from, but it still wasn't necessary. But I cannot say I don't get where it came from. Because why are you selling me a 200 million? Why am I even seeing the ad for 200 million naira house? At this rate in my financial capacity.
That's why.
I'm tempted to say, but I won't go as far as saying you will not see tomorrow.
So it was funny, yeah. I mean, it was very humorous. Now, the interesting thing is that in that case, engagement might not be interest. Now,
it might be anger.
it might be anger. It might be an emotion. So, but there is always an emotion that drives people to comment.
Yeah.
People don't comment. While we have 100 million users, yeah, while Facebook has 50.3 million users, not majority of them are ghosts when it comes to dropping comments. They would not engage, and that's why I say the engagement is different from the reach. So your engagement will always be less than the reach. So while you have known the number of people that have seen the posts or that have seen your content, how many people have engaged with it? Those people that have engaged with it, I see this all the time. People leave. You see people ask how much, and nobody's replying. You come there 7 days later, 4 weeks later, nobody's replying. Now, you now see business owners who go and DM those people. It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong practice.
It's not helping
now,
you.
Sometimes you think that, I've DM'd the person that replied how much. But me, that I'm just there silently coming to see the post, and I see how much,
and then you don't have a reply.
I'm not replying. Yeah, I'm not seeing the comment. Even if it is, we will send you a DM right now.
Yeah,
send us a DM. We'll send you a DM for the price. At least reply that comment.
So I have something to ask. I think I have a problem with business owners who do not put prices.
I was going to say that.
For price.
Yeah.
I don't like that. You know why? I'm not the I don't have time. I'm not a patient person. I don't have time to be DMing you for price. Put the price. Let me know if I can afford this. And did I move on or say, okay, send one? Because most of the time, for pages I go where I see prices, I just pick this. Send me the total. Send me account details. I'll give you my delivery address. And I've moved on with my life. In a 20-second place, I've given you what I want. I've sent you money. I just expect to sit down and wait for it to get to me. Why you're even wasting your own time? Because if you just put the price there, you can filter people who are really interested. Because if I see the price and I send you a message, it means I'm interested. But why do you want to go through the stress of, when you now DM, you now tell me the price. I now say, oh, no, I can't afford it. You now say, hey, yeah, and at the end of the day, I still don't buy. You've wasted so much energy.
So let me give what I say to this DM. I can assure you, like on Instagram, there are people who they put like DM for price, no refunds, no exchanges.
I have a problem with those ones too.
All those guys, they put it like they advocate for it. In fact, I've seen people who do videos and say customers, business owners should keep doing that. One thing I say is this: walk into a retail market store, for example, say a ShopRite, for example. Walk into ShopRite and imagine that there is no price tag on the price item, and you have to walk all the way to the
every time to check how much is this,
how much it is.
Exactly.
Do you know how frustrating that is for you as a business owner? That's what I tell them. Do you know how frustrating? How would that experience? What would that experience make you feel? You will never shop there anymore.
Yeah.
Now imagine saying that you go to an open market, say a Yaba or Ingbo or anywhere to buy meat, and then you have to carry the meat. You package it and you now tell the guy, how much is this? Now, after doing that, that is not your price point.
Yeah.
You now have to now carry another one and say, how much is this? That process is longer for you.
Yeah.
Now, in an open market, we know there is price haggling.
Yes.
That is standard.
But at least I know where my starting point
You know
is.
where your starting point is. Now, but in digitally, the shopping experience is totally different. One, you are competing with
5,000 other people doing the same thing you do.
Like right now, these days, every other business owner is pushing out ads.
Yes.
So the patience people have for your product is different from the patience they would have when they're shopping physically.
Exactly.
When I'm shopping physically, the only thing I'm doing there is I'm shopping.
I'm
I am at the meat seller's point. I am seeing him eyeball to eyeball.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're having a conversation.
So whatever I'm doing can be done in 5 minutes.
I'm shopping on Instagram. I'm seeing my sister's text on iMessage.
Exactly.
I'm seeing my friend's text on WhatsApp. I'm seeing somebody else's text on Slack.
So it's like I'm coming to the market, I go back home to answer somebody, then I come back and price again. Then I go back home. No.
Then you want me to enter your DM to start
To
saying
that, I'm not going to do that.
That's bad practice.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of and I hear the arguments too sometimes. They say things like, sometimes prices change, some products are not price specific.
Then update.
Most importantly, I say this. Even if you have dynamic pricing for your product,
You have a starting point.
yes, start from
Exactly.
you can use that. Start from X amount.
Yeah.
Now, beyond that, also don't leave comments on your posts unreplied, unanswered. It sends a very, very bad signal to whoever is reading, whoever the onlooker is, whoever is just coming there from their ad.
Yeah. Because
sends
at the
a
very
very,
least,
very
even if I don't
signal.
want to enter your DM, if I see one person has asked, I can just check
And
what you
didn't
give.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've moved on. I
Yes.
know if I'm
And
buying
you
or
didn't
not.
answer, and I say that you didn't answer, I'm not buying.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I have a problem with that as well. Then another thing is, I think response time. A lot of businesses have really bad habits when it comes to that. I send you a message on Instagram. I'm probably not going to be there for over 30 minutes. And then you're responding to me 3 hours later or at midnight.
Is it just response time you have issues with, or even the way people respond to
Oh,
you?
that's a different a different topic entirely. So I have had business owners that I tell them when I see those responses, I go, "You will sell, oh, amen," and I leave because I have nothing else to say. You are so short of words. I wanted to buy some things. She tried. She put the price in. There was a no refund and all that. I didn't have a problem with it. She put the price in. She was very lucky. She was one of the very few that was selling at that time. And then I enter your DM and I'm telling you, okay, I need to buy this and this and this. And you're telling me, oh, this doesn't come in this color. Okay, what colors do you have? Ma, just pick any of the colors you see. And I'm like, no. You have more than one color, right? Yes. But we have three are on the this thing. Just pick one of the three. I'm like, are those the only 3 colors you have? And then she goes and then comes back after 1 hour. Like, ma, have you decided? I'm like, don't worry, you will sell. You see, as God would have it. You know, Instagram does this thing where if you buy, let's say, seeds, all those spices. Organic spices. Once you buy from one,
they start showing you more. Big shout out to the Instagram.
Thank you. So I already knew I was going to see more because I was looking, that was the first time I was going to search. So I just told myself, okay, can I do without this thing for a few days? Yes, 3 or 4 days, okay. That evening, I opened Instagram. They were plenty. They were just new. And I went, I purchased, I moved on. That person has lost a customer. Why? It wasn't even as fast you insulting me, but just being impatient with me. I tell people that customers are not just, I didn't insult her now. Recently, we had a conversation about, I was trying to get a skincare lesson, and the girl literally burnt my face. Damn. It was so bad. Like, it was a burnt. Like, you would think someone poured hot oil on my face directly. And I went to her. The day I called her, I was listening to NLP in the background. And when I called, I was really angry. In my entire anger, all I said was, this is a very silly thing to do. I know I use that word a lot. And I'm angry. Your customer is angry. I'm telling you this is silly because my face is burnt. It's not, I was inconvenienced with time. It's you burnt my face.
That's like bodily harm.
Do you understand?
It's a totally different conversation.
And she goes, I can't believe you are so impatient. You're even listening to NLP. Better pray that God gives you patience. I was at 20, I went to 100. I told her you must be the worst business person in the history of businesses. To think that you burnt my face and then you have the guts to ask me to be patient. So you see, there are different stages of bad customer service. There are the very annoying, inconvenient ones. You tell me my delivery will be here at 10 and then 4 p.m. I'm still waiting and then your dispatch rider fell on the road. And when he fell, his phone fell inside water. Then they called him from the village that his mommy is sick. He had to go to a bank to send the money. That's maybe level 2, 3. But then you cause bodily harm. And the very least you can do is say, I'm sorry. And you can't do that. That's level 10. Then you see there are some that even for the mildest inconvenience, I was purchasing something the day before yesterday. And she didn't have the right size. She called me and the voice note was shooting. She was, I'm so sorry, this is very poor. I don't like making excuses. I'm sorry, there was a mix-up. I don't have this size anymore. Can I do this? And then the second stage was, when it was delivery, she forgot one of the things because she was trying to pack. And she sent me a message before I even got here that I forgot one of your items. I'm so sorry. I'll bring it myself tomorrow. I said, see, don't worry. You know what we do? Because instead of you delivering just one, when I'm ordering next,
when I'm buying
just
more,
add it. It was sweet. I will go back to her a million times, even if she keeps making mistakes, because at least you're calming me down. Do you understand? I feel good about myself. She eventually came physically, even after I said, don't worry, to deliver. I couldn't help but give her a hug because, you've tried. And what people don't know is the littlest things, tiniest things that make a difference. You can be expensive and I'll keep purchasing from you because you are sweet to just. I feel like I'm
so let me just jump in and say this, yeah. I feel like not just a feeling. Many Nigerians who are business owners, especially small, medium business owners, they bring their personality into their business, especially when they are customer facing.
Yes, and their personality is always angry.
Yeah, anger, short fuse, badly behaved, impatient,
not wanting to talk to people,
just talking anyhow. And guess what? Here, you see the same behavior even in physical businesses.
Yes.
If you go to open market, in 2019, I started this experiment where I go to open market. I just spend my entire day in the market, just observing, looking at what is happening, just taking notes. I wanted to write a book. Actually, a
really good practice.
I wanted to write a book. I'm still writing a book, so I'm just taking note of what the experience is like. Now, you see people where you come into the market, you say, "Hi, ma, I want to buy this clothes, this lace, for example. How much is the lace?" Say, "Oh, this lace is 1,000 naira." The woman says the lace is 1,000 naira. The buyer says, "Oh, can I pay 500 naira?" The woman says, "Go and steal it." Go. And then you're like, it's a negotiation. Now, But the woman chases the buyer away. Like, go and steal. Why don't you come and steal it? You know what? Go and bring gun.
Try it in Ibadan markets. They will insult you.
Exactly.
Like they will insult you to your father's father from your third and fourth generation. They will send you home and tell you to get out.
Exactly. That same behavior is because they are bringing their personality into the business. And it's the wrongest mistake. And guess what here? That's why a lot of those businesses, they don't scale.
Yeah.
Because they take the business personal.
Yeah. They come 10 years later, they're still in the same spot.
Now, they don't grow that business. And that's the mistake that a lot of SMEs are making in Nigeria. A lot of people are taking this business like hustle. Just to eat, just to
my daily bread.
Big boy,
I just want to like daily
girl.
2K.
Yes, like they're not thinking of how do I grow this business now. Yes, legacy. I'm making money from it, but how do I grow it beyond what it is right now? How do I take it? I've taken it from 0 to 1.
How do I've
taken it from 1 to 10. How do I even take it from 10 to 100?
Yeah,
that scalability. You cannot do that if you think it is okay to insult your customers.
Yeah.
You cannot do that if you think it is okay to talk to your customers rudely.
Yeah.
If it is, a lot of even business owners don't know how to listen to their customers.
Yeah.
And that's why you see, I talked about customer lifetime value earlier. If you cannot think of that lady that you said even committed to even bringing the item herself physically, because she's thinking, if you buy from me now, after you finish that product,
I'm going to be buying from her till I am 100.
So she's thinking about how she's going to retain you for the long term.
Yes.
And business owners need to start thinking of long-term retention at the point of even acquisition for customers.
Because someone like me now, I'm not going anywhere again. If she doesn't have, I'll say, please go help me look for. Yeah. Because one, I will not want to deal with the stress of talking to someone else, especially if they now come off as rude. Then another thing I noticed from what you said, so there's this thing, I realized it became a personal bias, especially when I entered the open market. I almost don't buy from anybody that's not Igbo. It has become, a friend of mine noticed, and I said, I didn't notice. And then I started taking notes. I realized if I enter the store, you're not Igbo. There's a high chance if I see another Igbo person, I'm going to that store. Why? So I've noticed, I used to call it Igbo man marketing. An Igbo man, when you enter the store, even if you price it from 400,000 and you say, Ghana, 1,000 I get, he will tell you, and that one good.
It's market, na market.
And that one, you don't try. Oh yeah, help me add something. You get. If you're buying a good of 50 naira, you give an Igbo man 1,000 naira. He will run to 10 shops down.
To go and find the change.
To go and look for change. You see, most people, if you give them 500 naira and you're buying, and I'm buying 100 naira, they'll tell you, I don't have change. I don't have change. Go and look for it.
Yeah.
Or you price down and they will insult you. I learned that because apparently they go through a process, and that's something that we need to study. I know Harvard Business School studied it at some point, what marketing is like for the Igbos, the entire process. If you can go through the Igbo man from apprenticeship to the end, you read through it or you practice it, there is no way you will not scale your business. Their business sense is super. It even goes to the point of when they are pricing. If the cost of purchasing the product on their part is say 100 naira, normal retail value is 120 naira. An Igbo man will sell it to you at 105 naira. Why? Because by the time he has sold 150, another person is still selling just 10.
Yeah, they're still struggling with volume.
He has made his money. I tell people, when it comes to pricing, if you do think, I keep saying that thing is something to be studied. I read about it every single time because it is a beautiful process. It will teach you customer support. It will teach you pricing. It will teach you how to scale and grow your business. It will teach you lifetime value for every customer. You know the ones that come in one-off. You know the ones, even when they are the ones, the customer is insulting you, they insult me, no problem. Should be you are giving me money after the insult. Don't worry, just bring your money.
Guess what here? I mean, you go into a random Igbo man's shop, yeah. I mean, I think I wanted to do a trip sometime this year. And so I wanted to shop for some certain items. I went into a shop, open market, and I was buying a traveling box. The guy didn't have light. So I was shocked. He had not confirmed if I would buy or not.
He turned on the gen.
He turned on the gen.
Yes.
Now, in my head, I told myself that at that point,
you can't
I
go
must
again
buy.
Because he has turned on gen for you.
He gave me chair to sit.
He asked me if you want to drink water.
He asked me, should they buy me drink? Now, in my head, there was no way I would not buy.
Yeah.
Except if I'm just a mean person.
Yeah.
So he had put some form of comfort in for me that
Even if you don't want to buy, even if you don't want to buy, if you had a 5 things to buy and they are expensive, you will buy at least
that
one from us.
Yes. Or
So
something else.
for me,
just to-
I think that this is something that a lot of business owners can learn when it comes to their customer acquisition point, especially at the engagement point. When you engage customers, make customers feel at ease talking to you. Nigeria is hard.
Yeah.
The country is difficult.
Yeah.
We're all going through it.
Just
So-
at least help us manage
So
going through
help people feel like this is a safe space.
Yeah.
Help people feel like, oh, this is not one of my ops. I think like the average Nigerian think everybody else is their opposition.
Yes.
Everyone is attacking them.
Yes.
Everyone is out to get them. So we carry this attitude into even business conversations
Yes.
where you're like, someone tells you the price is high, but you could just whisper, oh, this is not my budget. But you abuse them. As the customer, you abuse them. So, and even business owner, I'm like, why are you abusing me? You like, I can feed you. I mean, like, it's a business transaction. Just take that
just
out.
take it and move on with your life. I think this is a good place to end. I've noticed that, especially when it comes to the open market, you see 4 or 5 businesses side by side doing the same thing, and they're all selling.
Absolutely.
You go to a different market, you see all of them fighting and hating on each other. But you see the place where they're all selling, it goes so far as this one doesn't have. He will go to the third shop and bring it. If the other one hasn't opened and he doesn't have, you say, just wait. Let's help him open his store and help him to sell if he's not there. They will happily help him sell that product. I think this is something that we should learn. It's a good place to we should learn as Nigerians that you're not necessarily your competition's competitor, right? It's just the way you approach the business that is different. You can mix and mingle.
So I mean, some people call it cooperative competition, co-opetition.
Yes.
So you collaborate to compete.
Yes.
That's like the new competitive mindset now. You
I'm going to hold that.
You collaborate to compete.
You co-opete.
Yeah, and guess what? Yeah, people have been doing this, like you mentioned. People have been doing this. It's not new. It's not novel.
Yeah.
People have been doing this already.
Yeah.
This guy that you describe now, where he goes to another person's store to go and take that item, he marks up on it.
Yes.
He marks up on it, and then he still sells it to you.
And then both of them have
They
benefited.
profit from the business transaction. So at the end of the day, I think business owners need to think of the mindset is a scale mindset. If you don't have that scale mindset, that mindset to scale your business from the ground up, you would always struggle with how to even find your customers. You would always struggle with putting a system in place to be deliberate with your content. You always struggle with putting a system in place to engage consumers. There are certain things you should never say to a customer. Never. There are certain things you should never, the customer is a customer. They are putting money in your pocket. They are putting money into your business that will grow your business. So there are certain things there's a certain way you should treat them.
They say customer is king.
Yeah, and people say, I've talked to a lot of business owners, and there are certain valid conversations they show you. I know people are rude.
Yes.
I know people are silly. People are badly behaved.
Yeah.
But irrespective of that, you are a business first.
Yes.
In that transaction, before you are person A or person B.
Yeah, and you shouldn't put emotions to it.
Yes.
If it was a robot that was handling it, they would handle it better.
You're a business first. Yeah. And this is something I try to talk to. I know, I will be honest with you, it's a struggle when it comes to Nigerian businesses. A lot of Nigerian business owners, especially small businesses, they struggle with taking out their emotion from their business transaction. Because a customer is rude to them, they also try to outrude the customer.
Yes,
you cannot be rude at me.
This is madness. You are even mad. You are more than mad.
You've not met.
Are you joking? Your father.
So you have to take yourself away from that. You have to take your emotion away from that transaction.
Yeah.
Every new customer that comes to you, you have to think about, how do I retain this customer for the next 5 years? Because if you have 100 customers that they keep buying from you, if they make one purchase at least every month for the next 5 years, your business would remain in business.
But then they would even refer you.
And guess what here? That's why you see a lot of small business owners today, they are selling towels. Tomorrow they are selling napkins.
Yes.
Next tomorrow they are selling kitchen items. That's why you see them move like that, because they are not treating that business as a business. They are treating it as an hustle.
Yeah.
And that differentiation is like the basis. for how
Figure out
you
what your
handle
customer needs and
your
then
digital marketing entirely
Yeah.
is. You have to separate it. If you want to also, that's fine. If you want to do that thing as a also, that's okay.
Mhm.
But if you want to treat it as a business, something that you will do for the next 10 years, something that you will do for the next 20 years, that you do for the next 30 years, something that will outlive you.
Yeah.
The big banks today, someone started them.
Yeah.
Or a group of friends started them.
Yeah.
Every big business it was someone that had the idea,
Yeah,
conceived it, had the boldness or the bravity to start it.
Yeah.
And when they started it, they thought about growing it. They grew it from serving one person, from serving 10 people, from serving 50 people, from 700 people to 7,000 to 7 millions.
Yeah.
So imagine if an allergic or Aliko Dangote, for example,
Just there with cement.
he started with trading. He started
Yeah.
selling to maybe one person
Yeah.
or 10 persons. If he had not thought about scaling his trading business, today we would not have the conglomerate of businesses that we have today.
You wouldn't have spaghetti and sugar.
Exactly. So for me, I encourage a lot of business owners, take out. Do you think that people would not insult him? You would not have transactions where they will insult him. So take out your emotions from the business. Look at your business as a business, something that I want to grow. And then you ask yourself, how do I want to grow this business? Who do I want to sell to? What do I want to sell to them? So, and all these things also boils down to product line.
Yeah.
You see, you have one product line. You ask yourself, how do I add more product lines to it? You ask yourself, what channels do I communicate with? What channels do I find these customers? I'm using social media marketing today. I take one channel, for example, social media marketing. Even on social media marketing, how many social media platforms can you be at once? Not many. Just take it one at a time.
Yeah.
You start with one, you add another one as you go,
Once that
you
one
add
has
another one as
scaled,
you go, and then you keep on adding to it. And I can assure you that if you look at your business through this funnel and you are deliberate, you're intentional, you're frugal, you're committed to growing it, you would always grow.
Yeah.
Is status quo, you would always grow. You would always grow.
Thank you.
So, any final words for the audience?
I think my final words would be regarding digital advertising and my mantra regarding digital ads. Now, the way digital platforms are structured, I said it earlier, I said that they aren't your friends. They are also a business.
Yeah.
They are out to make money. So the way digital platforms are structured, you need to understand them. You need to be on top of them. You need to know what is the latest thing on them. Every now and then we see platforms, social media platforms, even digital platforms, search platforms, for example, they change their algorithm.
Yeah.
What is obtainable last year on Google search, for example, is no longer obtainable this year. What is obtainable on Instagram last year is no longer obtainable this year. So you need to stay up to date on trends. As a business owner, you need to learn the platforms. I understand using consultants. I understand working with consultants. You need to also understand it at the basic level.
Yeah.
So you have an idea of, okay, this is what is happening. And one thing I say is this, I ask business owners, I say that, especially on social media, what are you doing on social media? Now, if you understand what you yourself are doing on social media, you're not on social media to be sold to.
Yeah.
You will stop trying to sell to everybody. You're not on social media to be sold to. Imagine if I go into Yaba Market, for example, and I mean, we have all had this experience where I think it's popular, merchandisers, it's popularly called baranda, where in those markets, in market parlance, you go into the market and someone is pulling you.
Yeah.
Dollar gold.
I think annoys me.
Exactly. That's how it feels. That annoyance is how people feel when you're trying
When
to
you're doing
sell
the
to
same thing
them,
online.
even on digital channels.
Yeah.
So if business owners understand this, they will stop trying to force a sale.
Yeah.
Instead, what should they do instead? They should educate people.
Yeah.
They should inform people.
Yeah.
They
Offer
should
value.
engage people. They should offer value. They should entertain their audience.
Yeah.
This way, you can have people that can connect with you emotionally and eventually make a sale.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ladi. This was really interesting. It was a good one. So you've heard it. Offer value. Customer service is key. It's very important in your business. When you're scaling, scale gradually. Know who you're selling to, know where they are, know how they want to be sold to. Avoid being salesy and just prioritize your customers' pain points. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. If you have a specific topic or you have questions, we'll be reading the comments. Thank you and have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.